When job offers were coming around, I saw the one from Mackay and I sort of came down and visited and fell in love with the hospital. It was basically the best combination of work and life that I could have found anywhere, and that's why I came to Mackay.
This base hospital provides a great opportunity for professional development. We need to be so self-sufficient. We have to do a great many things, and so people are training and in development stages of their career. There's great opportunity because of the nature of the patients that we see and that we have to be able to see here.
My job is to basically try and coordinate all the services under general medicine. I also spend time looking at the education part of our department.
We see a whole range of pathologies, especially the acuity of the pathologies as well, but it's all done in a very safe environment. Our bosses are incredibly helpful with teaching and supervision.
With training in medicine, it's all about experience. It's all about what you see, the breadth of exposure that you have. And this counts for so much in your latter years of training as well and towards being a consultant. And I think this place has really skyrocketed the amount of experience I had in just a short period of a few months that I've been here.
The director and the other intensivists really go out of their way to make sure that junior doctors can get the training they need here. We have a very broad, diverse range of presentations, which sometimes you may not see in bigger centres.
Even as a trainee, when you're in tertiary centres, I think you have your hand held for quite a bit. But in rural areas, for example, like in Mackay, we do allow for a bit of autonomy. You build your self-confidence, and not to forget that Mackay is actually a pretty beautiful place to be in, and we're close to the Great Barrier Reef itself, which is one of the attractions.
It's got a fantastic temperature all round. It's got a bit of a winter, but nowhere near that you might get, say, in the UK. National parks around here, there's the beach, of course, and of course we're just south of the Great Barrier Reef.
For me, Mackay Base Hospital has been a very good hospital with a good work culture. Really appreciate, the work-life balance here.
Hi, I am a child psychiatrist working in Mackay. I have been here over 20 years now, and this is my second home. This is a very strong team that is very resilient. Over these 20 years, my hospital has been supporting me to do research.
It's a really supportive environment, particularly for training, if you're in training as a psychiatrist. In Mackay here, we're on UE country. I currently work in the adult inpatient unit where at any one time at least 30% of our population is from an Indigenous background from all over rural and remote areas, so as far as kind of Clairview and Moranbah. We have the opportunity to work with our Indigenous support workers here to help us with culturally appropriate person-centred care, and it really teaches me every day, the resilience that the Indigenous people have, particularly when it comes to mental health. So it's a privilege really to work in this part of the world.
Consultation liaison psychiatry, I think I'm one of the lucky ones here, the first advanced trainee in Mackay. It's quite a hard position to gain. I think it's very limited placements around Queensland.
I'm a senior paediatric registrar, currently training here doing both general paediatrics as well as community child health. And I moved here primarily to fulfill my regional and rural training requirements for a year, but I stayed on longer and I'm here for a couple of years now while I experience the vastness that paediatrics has to offer while in a regional place.
The teamwork really shone to me as an organisation, so that was very attractive.
Culturally, it's very diverse, multicultural, and I love that. I can be in an operating theatre with 8 or 10 people, and the only person in the room who was born in Australia is lying asleep on the operating table.
We're really a community here. We all know each other from a first name basis. We actually work as a family, and outside of our day-to-day activities, we actually do a lot of team bonding and sort of catch-ups outside, which makes work a whole lot more fun and a lot more enjoyable. Things again which can be quite lost when you're caught up in a big sort of city. So I felt like I've just actually enjoyed my entire time here.
We do get lots of transfer patients and trauma patients through a small regional centre as we are. We do get to do a lot of things on hand for our patients before getting them admitted or getting them transferred. So it's a good learning experience.
It's the people that make this place special. We have some phenomenal people across everything from the medical department to surgical to nursing to allied health and admin staff. And I think that's one of the biggest strengths of Mackay, that even in times of adversity, such as COVID, when we were stretched, we all pulled together.
We've got a fantastic ICU, we've got a fantastic emergency department, and great services all around. You can't call upon highly specialised surgeons from other parts of the country very easily, so they really have to be very highly skilled, and of course, there's the opportunity to develop one's own skills. And you could say the same across medicine, across any of the specialty areas in this organisation.
It's a fantastic place to work, and particularly for someone like myself, because I want a broad range of clinical exposure. I really enjoy turning my hand to everything and feeling that I'm competent and delivering a good and safe service to all of those patients. So it really is a regional centre, so you're not entirely on your own, you were well supported within a department, but because of the distances involved in Australia, you need to be able to deal with most things, and most anaesthetists find that very rewarding way to work.
I came to Australia in 2016 to study medicine. I'm originally from Canada, so obviously there's a big climate difference, and I studied in Gold Coast. And now I'm here, so I got my first job as a doctor in Mackay Hospital. And turns out it also has really good anaesthetic department, which is what I want to do since I was a medical student, which is why I've stayed here. This is my 3rd year in Mackay Hospital. Being a small department means that, even as a junior, you get a lot of hands-on skills from the senior directly, so which is why it attracted me to stay here.
We are 900 kilometers away from Brisbane. The nearest referral hospital is Townsville, so we got to optimize our resources and do our best to provide the best possible care in a regional-based hospital setting. I would personally recommend a regional setting like this for any trainee who is trying to specialize in emergency medicine from a regional perspective. That would include other colleges like the Rural and Remote Medicine, as well as the FRAC GP and the GP Specialist College. So your scope is quite wide when you work in a regional hospital.
We deliver high care to acutely ill cardiac patients. We actually have a state-of-the-art cath lab, which delivers primary PCI service, which is run at 24-hour basis, 24/7. A lot of non-surgical centers don't deal with complex coronary patients and complex cardiac patients in general. However, in Mackay, because of the progressive and leadership and teamwork, we have managed to bring those complex devices, and we have proven the safety of our work, which we presented recently at the Cardiac Society meeting at the Gold Coast in the annual conference.
We've got a fantastic renal department, which we're expanding. We've got an endocrinology department here that looks after a whole load of patients, including continuous glucose monitoring. We've got a respiratory service, which is expanding as well with new recruitment. We've got an infectious disease consultant. A lot of regional areas don't have that. So we've got a lot of the things that we need to provide care on site here. And then we've also got highlighted that other specialties. We've got a great cardiac department with a 24/7 cath lab. In this kind of part of the world, that's amazing. We've got a phenomenal general surgery department, orthopedic, and a great ICU. And that's all held together by an ED with another load of people who work hard for this community, and we all work together and use the resources we have to come to a solution.
It's also a very positive, welcoming group of staff. If you wish to join us, that's what you will find, that it is a very positive atmosphere, very friendly.
I'm looking for someone who's willing to be part of our team, be part of this community. To get the best out of Mackay, you've got to love Mackay itself as a town, and people will fall in love with Mackay. So if you're here for the long haul and you want to make a difference, that's the kind of person we're looking for. We're not looking for somebody who thinks they're better than everyone else. We're looking for somebody who's part of a team and wants to work with everybody.
If people want to establish themselves and get further clinical experience, we have room for those people. If they want to bring their skills to us, we're looking for them. I would encourage people setting out, people in mid-career, whatever their circumstances, look around yourselves, see the large numbers of people who are looking in your area for the same work. We need you here.
It's an amazing adventure. There's so much here to offer. It's a really good hospital. There's so much in the area to do. There's fun things all around. There's stuff happening in town. Don't write off Mackay because it's, a small town that you haven't heard of. It's It's got a lot to offer.
I think that we need not only just people who have different specialties for work, but also experiences to bring to the table. I'm a big believer in having a diverse range of cultural and ethnic backgrounds and also life experience, because that will also enhance what people have here.
If you like working in obstetrics and gynecology, you want to work in a place that's very tight-knit, that has a really welcoming and lovely patient population, that's a really good hands-on learning environment, then I'd say Mackay-based Hospital ONG is a great place to land.
If you're considering coming to Mackay-based Hospital, I really recommend it. It's a fantastic team working here.
I'd say don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Just really, it is chalk and cheese for me. It's been the most wonderful thing to have done, and it's such a big success for myself and my family. And we just made this change for lifestyle, and it's fantastic.
We look forward to welcoming you to Mackay-based Hospital in a beautiful city, a beautiful hospital with lots of opportunities for you.
We would like to welcome you here to Mackay-based Hospital. Welcome to our world.
If you're considering coming to Mackay-based Hospital, we'd like to welcome you to our world.
If you're thinking of doing an internship in Mackay-based Hospital, we look forward to welcoming you here.
Welcome to our world. I love it and hope you do too.
We would love to welcome you to Mackay-based Hospital.
If you want to live your best life, come to Mackay. If you want to have a great life at work, come to the base hospital.
Welcome to our world.
We'd love to welcome you to our world.
Welcome to our world.